Hello students, today we will be discussing question number 9. Ninth A, the question is what is meant by electric field. So if you compare electric field with magnetic field, what happens is that if you bring 2 point charges together, let one be north pole and other be south pole. So when north pole is brought close to the south pole, what happens is that there is a force of attraction, and when the like charges, for example like point charges, for example north pole and north pole are brought together, so there will be a repulsion. So similarly in electric field what happens is that you can see two charges, there are 2 point charges, one is positive, one is negative. So you are already aware, if this is a point charge, then there will be an electric field generated between these 2 point charges. And when the point charges are similar, for example plus charge is brought together to a plus charge, what will happen? There will be a repulsion force, a repulsive force. And when minus charge is brought to a minus point charge, what will happen? There will be an electric field. So that electric field we have to specify. So electric field is the region around a charge where another charge experiences a force. For example, the positive charge over here, point charge, experiences a force due to another charge brought opposite to it, and a negative charge experiences a force, another force, when another point charge is brought towards it. So this force is called electric field. So our answer is electric field is the region around a charge where another charge experiences a force. Now we'll go to the 9th B part. So you can see this figure, there are 2 conducting plates and one terminal is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and one conducting plate is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So in the figure 9.1, this is the figure, there are 2 parallel conducting plates connected to a battery. So I have already specified that they are connected to the, one is connected to the positive end, another is connected to the negative end. So now they have asked us the question, draw 5 lines to show the electric field. So we have to show the electric field between these 2 plates. So you are already aware that when there are 2 plates parallel to each other, what will happen? There will be positive charge due to this, because the positive terminal of the battery is connected to one of the plate, and negative charge will be there on the opposite side because negative terminal of the battery is connected to the negative side of the plate. So there will be positive, negative, positive, negative. So we have to draw 5 lines. So we will be drawing the lines, electric field lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and 5 plus charges and 5 minus charges. So we can write electric field lines, they start from which end? Positive end to the negative end. Okay, now we will come to the question number 9C. We have been given a problem to solve. When a fully charged battery of 1.2 volt, okay, can deliver a current of 210 milliampere for 10 hours. So we need to convert this hours into seconds. Okay, so we are asked to use the charge, we have to calculate the charge of the battery. So we will be using this formula, I is equal to Q by T, where I is the current, Q is the charge divided by time. Since we have been told to ask, we have to find out Q. So I is given, T is given. So this T is divided over here. If it is taken to the opposite side of the equal to sign, it will get multiplied. So Q equal to I into I multiplied by T. So here in the formula we will be substituting the values what all we know. I is equal to 210 milliamperes, we have written over here, and this time is in hours. So 210 into 10 raised to minus 3, milli means 10 raised to minus 3 amperes into 10 hours. So 10, if it is multiplied to 60, it will get converted into minutes, and again it is multiplied to 60, it will get converted into seconds. I'll tell you once again, hours we have to convert in seconds. So 10, if we multiply by 60, it will get converted into 60 minutes. but we require the answer in seconds. That is why we again multiply with 60. So you have to multiply the whole terms and you will get the charge as 7560 coulombs. Okay, and we are going to the third problem now. We have been asked to derive ninth question C, the second part. Calculate the energy stored in the battery. So we have to calculate the energy what is stored in the battery. So we have been asked to calculate the energy stored in the battery. So the formula is E is equal to voltage into charge, V into Q. So voltage you can take from here. The above question, it has been given that the voltage of the battery is 1.2 volt, and the charge we have already derived, Q is equal to 7560 coulomb. So we will be substituting this value and the voltage value over here. So voltage is 1.2 volts and charge is 7560 coulomb. So we have to multiply that, we will get the answer. So we will get the energy. So energy is always in joules. So we will be putting the answer in 9072 joules, J. Okay, we are coming to the last part of the ninth question. So in 9C, the third part, we have completed the 9C second part. Now we are coming to the 9C third part. We have been asked that to state the type of energy which is stored in the battery. So in the battery, what type of energy is stored? It is chemical energy. So we have solved today the ninth question. We had completed 9th A, 9th B, 9C the first question, 9C the second question, 9C the third part. Okay, hope everything is simple and clear. Thank you so much. Hello students, today we will be discussing question number 10. So we will be completing question number 10 today. So we are going to the first question, the first part of the 10th question. So the 10th question A, the nucleus of hydrogen atom is a proton. Okay, the nucleus of hydrogen atom is a proton. The mass of a proton is m, small m they have given, and the size of the charge of on a proton is small e. Now complete the table. They have asked to complete this table. Okay, so firstly they have given the particle or emission. They have given proton, neutron, this is gamma ray, and this is nucleus of helium 4. Okay, so we have been asked to fill up the mass and the charge. They have given the mass of the proton, they have given as m. Okay, the charge as e. Neutron they have given in the question itself m. We have to complete these blank spaces. So as you are already aware, so we have to answer this. Okay, this table they have given, this is table 10.1. So we will be writing down the answers. The answer, neutron you already know, the charge is 0. Okay, X-ray, the mass is 0, the charge is 0. Why? Because we do not, gamma ray is like this, right? And we put here 0 and here 0. So what is this? This is mass number. Okay, so we have put the mass number 0 and the charge. Okay, this is the number of proton. The charge is 0. Now this is helium nucleus. Okay, helium nucleus we refer to as like this, alpha. This is 4, this is 2. Okay, so what is the mass number? 4 times m. 4 m. This is the mass number. So we multiply 4 times the mass number. Mass number is m, small m. Now the charge is given, not given, we have to find out. 2 times. 2 times of what? Two times of E. How we got this? This is the number of protons. Protons, you are already aware, in the previous class we are already discussed the protons, number of protons and the number of electrons should be always be equal. So that is why if the number of protons is true, then the number of electrons has to be 2 times the electrical charge. So the size of the charge on the proton is E, so that is why 2 times E. So we were given this table, this was given, this was given and this was given. We found out that neutron, the charge is 0, then X-ray mass is 0, charge is 0. How we came to know through this? We have to denote like this, gamma rays, and we put mass number on top. This is called the subscript, this is the superscript. Subscript is the number of protons, superscript is the mass number. So here also we put the alpha particle, alpha, okay, helium itself is alpha, okay, and we had put over here, this is 2, you can see 2, the protons, number of protons, and this is the mass number, okay. So if we have to find out the mass number, so this mass number into the mass number of the proton, m, 4 times m, and this would be 2 times, this will be 2 times, this is 2 twice the proton, this is the number of proton. So proton and electron are same, that is why we had to put this, because charge we have to represent charge, so charge is always represented by E, so 2 times E. Hope this 10th A, this question and answer is clear. Now we are going to 10th B. Many schools and colleges use radioactive isotopes for teaching and research. Describe how these radioactive isotopes are handled. How these radioactive isotopes are handled, used and stored in a safe way. So we have to describe the method, how we have to use the radioactive isotopes, and we have to write down at least three points. Safety precautions, the answer is safety precautions or measures we have to write down. First method is that we have to put protective clothing. We have to put a protective clothing. Second point, do not directly touch the radioactive substance. We don't have to directly touch the radioactive substance. We have to touch using tongs. So there are certain clips, tongs, we call it tongs, and we use this clip to touch the radioactive substance. So we use tongs. That is the second point. Third point is shielding storage for radioactive substance. The radioactive substance should be always be stored in a particular covering, so that is in a lead covering, so that radioactive there should be harmful rays should not go outside, and it should not be harmful for the other people nearby. So that is why we always store the radioactive substance in lead, 10 centimeter or more thickness lead, so that the rays don't pass, harmful rays don't pass outside. Then the fourth point is proper disposing or methods or procedures should be done. So proper disposing should be done. Okay. Fifth point is radioactive substances should be as safe distance away from the students. So these are the 5 points. You have to write any of the 3. Okay. So we have completed question A, 10th A and 10th B question. Hope everything is clear. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.